Hey everyone, how's it going? Just checking in with everybody, give you a few updates. Friday, the MIAA officially canceled the 2020 spring season. Took them a week after the schools were closed, but they canceled their season nonetheless. Um, that's a wrap for the season. Couple things with that. Um, Following that decision, or it might have come before, we just don't know. The announcement came afterwards. The NFHS, the federation, stated that there will be no rule changes for the 2021 season, and they will not be printing new rule books for next year. So that's good for us for the sole purpose of we've been kind of working on the 2020 rules. We haven't been able to put them into action, so it kind of gives us another year to learn these new rules. So more to come on that. We're not going to have um, seminars or anything like that over the winter. Again, like we did last year, I think everybody kind of fulfilled their requirements on that. We will definitely um, kind of continue to stress that over the winter. So we are ready for next spring on that. Summer baseball, we're still kind of where we're at with that. Um, as we know, American Legion canceled their World Series and their regionals. The state tournament, which is usually towards the end of July, has been pushed back to August 8th. So that's going to give them a couple weeks additional. I don't know if it's going to be additional because they'll most likely be starting either right around the same time or a little later than normal. Um, so they're still planning to have a season. Stan Musial, the last I talked to Rich, they are planning a season and they are tentatively starting around the middle of June as well. Um, Nothing in stone. Senior Ruth, um, we're marching towards our regular schedule. They will be making formal announcements. May 4th, they have a meeting the end of this week. Um, if I were to wager a guess, I'm guessing their regionals and World Series will be canceled. Not sure on that. You know, they like their money, so they've been tossing a lot of things out. We do have a meeting with them earlier this week to do that. So um, on that, um, AAUs and travel balls and all that, they're all kind of independent. So we will kind of take those as they go. They really have no timetable, so they may push out as far as they can without it affecting any of their information. We have schedules, but they're meaningless until we can start scheduling them. Um, I don't know if you noticed it this week. The Cape Cod Baseball League canceled their season. And I'm not sure, but I know the NECBL and the futures are will be making those decisions probably this week because they normally start at the end of May. So um, not quite sure what's going to happen there, but I'm going to guess they follow suit um, with the what the Cape League did. Uh, so there's that. Um, I've been updating the case plays of the days every day as I get them. You guys all have the link. If you don't, send me an email. I'll give you the link, but you should have it by now. I've sent it several times. just keep preparing. I mean, I know there's not a lot to prepare for. Um, you can definitely just kind of brush up on rules. Kind of go back to the official baseball rules. Um, because as we get going, those probably will the rules that we abide by as we get going. Um, and lastly, a sad note. Um, Longtime member, Paul Bedoin, who actually kind of came onto the board the same year I did in 1998, passed away on April 15th. For those of you who worked with Paul and knew Paul, he was a big diabetic. Several times we had to call ambulances for him on the games, but he had gone inactive several years ago, um, and it's sad. Paul was an umpire and a friend, and for those of you who knew him, he was always fun to be around. And I think he led the board in ejections. So hopefully, Paul, up there, just don't eject anybody. That'll end up being bad. So just a quick moment of silence for Paul, and our thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his children, who we love dearly, and we're gonna miss him. So again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I'm not going anywhere. So, and like I said, once we know, we'll communicate. And once we have some semblance of schedules, they're gonna come out fast and furious. Not sure how much baseball, but there will hopefully be some baseball. And then we'll go from there. It's a tough time for everybody. I know a lot of people are just itching to get outside and do a game. Not even so much multiple games, just to do one. I was lucky enough to get at least one college game in before the season shut down. So, but not everybody had that experience this year. So hopefully we can get that for you. And just stay positive. We'll get through this. And again, I want to thank you guys for being so open and patient and accepting of how we're doing it this year. Like I said, I wanted to keep everybody engaged, involved, and not the way I wanted to do it, but it is the way we're doing it, and you guys have been great, very receptive. So thank you again. Let's end this with a moment of silence for Paul Bedoin, um, who passed away recently. Thank you.